Salam alaikum, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Zoom In on the Halal Metropolis. And here with me today, I have Zaki Yusef. He is a trainer and sales associate at I Love Kickboxing in Novi. He also trained me a couple years ago and how to get fit. So I followed some of his advice, not all of it, but I'm working on it. So we're going to be talking about staying fit, staying healthy during the quarantine, but with also now we're in the middle of Ramadan now, the first day of Ramadan. So we'll talk a little bit about that. But before we get into it, I just want to check in on you, Zaki. How are you doing? How's your family doing? How's the baby doing?
Alhamdulillah, family doing well. Baby just running around, punching on things and just chasing her. And yeah, we've been trying to maintain our sanity.
I think we're all in the same boat. I'm glad to hear that you guys are healthy and doing well. So, alhamdulillah, that's great. So, I just wanted to ask you, like, in terms of your work, like, how are things being affected? Because you're so kind of like, hands-on, you work with people, very directly. How has that been affected by, the virus?
Well, due to a lot of the coronavirus, the state of emergency, stay-at-home act, what happens is that a lot of fitness facilities are closed down. They shut down. So we've been doing things online, online videos, online classes. We've been trying to come up with nutrition ideas for some of the members to participate in, to just keep that healthy lifestyle going, so they can keep their body moving and not stay stagnated.
Yeah. So you're able to take on clients virtually?
Yep. Virtually.
That's great.
A lot of our members, most of those that's our members within our studio, we have an online portal for them where they can participate in live classes. And then we also have YouTube channels where if you miss those classes, you can participate during the YouTube classes as well.
So for those of us, like the average person that's just at home right now, we don't have access to our gyms. What do you recommend for people? Like just on a basic level, like what could they be doing? Because, we know that movement and fitness is so good for a healthy life and a sense of well-being and our mental health. So what are some quick tips that you can give to people to stay healthy right now?
Quick tips would be drink plenty of, well, it's Ramadan, so not well, primarily keep your body moving. If you're in the house, do a quick exercise like jogging in place, jumping jacks, push-ups, if sit-ups, the basic stuff, just to keep that body moving. And you'll be surprised how just by doing basic things, how reactive your body would be and the results that you'll get from that. Because that's all we have right now.
And what do you recommend? Let's say, doing jumping jacks, that's great. How long should one be doing this stuff?
So what I just put, I just had a few of our members do this. So I had them do at least 20 jumping jacks, from 20 jumping jacks to high knees, to where you bring your knee up waist level, and then dropping down and doing push-ups. So this building up your endurance, and then not just building up your endurance, working your core, your shoulders, and your arms. Whereas if you're in a gym, you have a few other different machines to actually work on, but this right here is going to help build up your endurance, build up the power, your speed, and your core, and work on your overall full body, and just keep doing that. Like I say repeatedly, let's say five sets. 5 sets, and 5 sets will get your body warmed up, and then you'll be done because you're gonna want to drink water.
No, that sounds great. I'm definitely gonna incorporate some of that myself. I'm trying to get some movement as well. I've been trying to go for walks and things like that. Now we kind of have this added sort of limitation with Ramadan, coming up. So, before we get into some tips around Ramadan, how do you stay in shape during Ramadan in a typical year? How does it alter your training?
So in a typical year, I think my body is used to it already. So I could tell you on my day-to-day, activities, day-to-day activities. And I say within the middle of the day, or I say within the middle of the day, I do a few exercises. I may go to the gym, or later on that evening, maybe around 4 or 5, I may go to the gym, get a workout going, and then afterwards, I just wait until it's time to break fast, make salad, and then go about that. But it for those that's not you body for those that's not used to it, you have to pace yourself.
Mm,
So you can't just go hard and just continuously go work out, pump some weights. No, you got to take baby steps because you have to
mm,
build your body up and your mind to actually doing things like that. And if you're not building yourself up, then it's going to be pretty hard.
yeah. And I think switching gears to diet a little bit. One of the things that's really tempting during Ramadan is eating all this junk food that particularly now that we're home and we're isolated. Obviously, it goes without saying. We could try to avoid some of those things. But are there some good foods that you typically eat that are good for re-energizing during Ramadan when you're fasting and things like that? Some
Well,
good foods that you can recommend to us?
sweets. As far as sweets, dates are perfect.
Yeah.
Dates are perfect. It's natural. It don't have any added sugars in it, so dates are pretty natural.
Hmm.
And I want to say fruits, bananas, apples. They get you going. So if you don't have as much energy at the end of Ramadan, dates, apples, bananas, those things are going to get. And our cakes, if you go to an iftar, you have cakes, brownies, things of that sort. So it's okay to indulge just a little bit, but don't excessively do it.
Hmm. And so, I always see you during Ramadan. We go to a lot of the same iftars and things like that. This year is going to be very different. We're not likely to see each other in person. And so just, coming back to the kind of the spiritual side or the personal side of things, what is Ramadan going to look like for you and your family this year?
Um, a lot of home cooked meals.
Mm,
um, and a lot of meditating and just a lot more reflecting on where we're at within our deen. Um,
mm,
jot down goals on what we want to do. Okay, I want to learn a couple swords. I want to get through the whole entire Quran.
mm,
Just going at it, making sure you do things in a family way, make it fun. Because a lot of
mm,
times we at work doing Ramadan, and you get distracted. You don't have time. Some people don't have time to read the Quran. That's not an excuse, but I'm saying when you get up, if you got to get up right after Fajr and go straight to work, right now you have all of the time in the world to actually do that. This right here is the time to actually get closer closer to Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala, and on your deen. This is that
mm,
time.
mm. Yeah, one of the things I really appreciate about you, Zaki, is your perspective on this connection between mind, body, and spirit, which is, definitely a part of Islam, like it is a part of, so many other traditions. But I think you really kind of try to embody that connection between those three realms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really important, especially in a time like this. So thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. You're looking good as usual, man. So stay healthy, stay safe, and inshallah, we'll be able to see each other. When all this is over, we'll be able to see each other in person. Take
Inshallah.
care. Assalamu alaikum.